Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bob and Barry preview show for Monday, August 16th, 2021. Glad to have everyone with us today. It's a nice sunny day here in Texas. How's the weather over with you, Barry?
Glad to see everybody today. Right now, we got the sunshine popping through, but our thoughts and prayers with our brothers and sisters that lives on the Gulf Coast, Florida Panhandle, Alabama, Georgia, up into the Carolinas, Tennessee, with Fred coming in. Pray that you all stay safe. Other than that, things are going good here.
Yeah, and there's another system behind that that's skirting along the southern route of the islands down there of Cuba, and we're not real sure if it's going to head back north or if it's going to end up in the Gulf of Mexico, heading towards the Mexico-Texas border. So we'll have to wait and see how that one tracks. But it is that time of year, so everyone, be safe, take the precautions that you need to. Remember, low-lying areas flood first, and torrential rains that these tropical systems seem to bring in can sneak up on you really fast.
Glad old Fred's fizzled, and hopefully Grace will be gone. We won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, very true, very true. So we always come on Mondays and just kind of field any questions that anyone might have while we're live. You want to tell them about this week's show, Barry?
Absolutely. We've got a great show coming up for you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time at Sat Bob's Live or Santa in the Business of Being Santa Facebook group. We have the famous Gina Bacon with us on, this owner of Nationwide Santa. She's going to share some insight with what the 2021 season's probably going to look like. And she has some jobs available for some seats for Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's around the country. So tune in and see what she has. And if you're interested in applying for a job like that, you can send her a question or get in touch with her at nationwidesantas.com. It's going to be a great show.
It will be. She was such a fun guest that we had last time. Gosh, I can't believe it's almost been 3 months since she was on.
It's been a while.
Time goes by really fast. So she revealed to me that she's picked up a couple of new corporate accounts since the last show, that she wants to try to fill some spots there. And she also told me that during tomorrow night's broadcast, she cannot mention corporate name. So that's something that we'll have to kind of skirt around. But again, we'll have all of her information up for you, how to contact her. On the last time show, she had some difficulty getting in on her computer. And at the last moment, she was able to, with our suggestion, grab her telephone and come in through her phone. And she had a lot of stuff that she wanted to share with us, some photos of her early years as an entertainer, and some photos of Gordon Bailey that her and Gordon are really good friends. And then she also wanted to show the Santa community, Santa's and Mrs. Claus's. She doesn't have a lot of jobs for Mrs. Claus's, but still wanted to show how to get into the portal and to look at job searches and those sort of things. And so yesterday we got together with her and was able to figure out that her computer has some type of setting in it that wasn't letting her get in. So she was able to go into one of the other offices there at the headquarters and come in through one of the other computers. So we will have her on computer tomorrow night, and that way she can go ahead and fill those needs that she wasn't able to share with us last time. Like I said, getting into the portal and the photos and things for the show.
Yeah, she lives out in an interesting place out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. So just a little hint, our trivia may be from around that area. So those of you who's watching, that's a heads up.
Very well could be. I don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy going to Las Vegas. Doesn't matter if you're a gambler or you just go for the shows or you just go for the scenery, the dry climate, just to get away. The lights along the Vegas Strip, downtown Fremont, and now that the casinos and giant hotels are moving out along the outskirts. Once they put the loop in around Las Vegas, those areas out in the suburbs have grown immensely, and so it's a great destination. She has had a convention for a number of years, and A couple of years ago, she postponed those, but she's got some information tomorrow night on that also. She's looking at reviving those and bringing those back.
Yeah, you definitely want to tune in to check that out. That'd be a lot of fun out there. I've never been to Vegas. I'd love to fly in there and see the lights. And if I was flying the jet in there, man, I'd be distracted big time looking at everything. It's probably good I never got to fly that.
And for sure, you being a retired commercial airline pilot, a little bit of tidbit that I know is, and this is from our travels out there, flying out there. As you come in over the mountains from the east to the west, and you start into the desert area, there's a lot of heat updrafts due to the rising of the hot air rising, and
turbulence.
Especially in the summer months, you come in. You actually have to come in different than most airports. You would come in from an approach from one end or the other, depending on the wind flow. But in Vegas, you come in and you spiral down and make a quick drop onto the runway. And the same way when you go out as a spiral and gain that altitude through those uprising of hot air and then out, which is pretty good. There's somewhat some turbulence when you do that, of course, with the air rising.
Hey, let's say hi to everybody. We got Glenn Hill on with us from Australia. We're tomorrow morning there. Hello, Glenn. Mark, good to see you. Mick, glad to have y'all with us today.
Definitely so. Mark, I got your message, and your diploma for the Sat Bob's online virtual class that you took is in the mail. I will send you the estimated date of delivery and your tracking number to you in a private message once we get off here.
Sounds good. Hey, tell them about some of our other upcoming guests we have for the show.
Oh yeah, let me grab my my list here. I did not have
really great guests coming up.
Well,
you want me to tell them?
I had it right here on top of my computer.
Like I said earlier, we got Gina Bacon tomorrow night with Nationwide Santas coming up. She has a lot of chairs open, so you want to tune in and see what job she has available for that. Always great interview with her. She'll have a lot of tips for Santas. She's been around a long time. So
okay, we got John Shuey coming up.
That's right.
Tell them about John.
Yeah, John's with Santa America. So he's going to tell us a little bit about that organization, what they do, and some of the training they provide for the Santas that they go through for the specific type of visits that they do. Got Mitch Allen on the 31st coming up with Hire Santa, another agent. So he'll have some chairs open and be able to share those jobs. And, hopefully we can get some information out there that helps those of you that's looking for a chair position to be able to find you a seat if you're thinking about going that route.
That's right. And then on September 7th, we'll have Kat Imhausen on, Mrs. Claus, and sign language instructor. The week after that, which will be September 14th, we've got Greg Wood of New Creation Leathercraft, the gentleman that makes all the leather goods, the belts, bell harnesses, everything leather related, Santa pouches, naughty and nice books. The week after that, which will be September 21st, we have Randall Checker Lee, fantastic entertainer, quite the gentleman. He is a magician and a Santa, and oh gosh, his talents just run so deep it's hard to list them all. And then we have some more working leading up to our reunion show that we will have towards the end of October, which will be, I think right now we've got that slated for the third Tuesday in October. And what we're going to do there is try to bring back as many guests as we can for just a few moments to pop in and wish everyone a Merry Christmas and send everyone off for the holiday season. The last show that we will have for this year will be the last Tuesday, and maybe it was the last Tuesday we was going to do the send-off show. It would be the third Tuesday would be our Halloween show. So I had that back.
Yeah, we'll have fun. So you definitely want to tune in for those. We've got a lot of good information coming up and Greg Wood, he's quite the craftsman, and his belts is just incredible.
I've got a Greg belt. You got a Greg belt, and a lot of guys have got them. There's a lot of belt makers out there, some really quality belts, but Greg is one of the absolute best at tooling. He has more tool stamps, and his artistry is just unbelievable. Hi, Adam. Renfro. Hello there, Jamie Dozier. How are you, my brother? Good to see you guys.
That's great, Adam. Glad you got a lot of bookings.
That's real good. And that's what we want to do is fill up our season and spread the joy, the love, the hope. And, again, after last season's COVID season and now the Delta variant coming back with a vengeance, the children are the ones that are hardest affected by the masking, the shutdown, the uncertainty. So just like last year, more than ever, the children will need Santa this year. Children can open up and talk to Santa, and for us, we've got to try to put a bright light on what is the future of hopefully getting past the worst of this Delta variant and spread love and hope and joy to the children.
Yeah, last year, bless their hearts, they were all scared that Christmas was canceled and Santa wasn't going to be there. And I just had to reassure them, Christmas is going to come and Santa will see you one way or the other. And we do what we have to do to see them, if it's behind the barrier or wearing a mask or a face shield, we do what we do to bring them that joy and love and hope.
Yeah, and it looks like we may be right back there where we were last season with those barriers and masks and things. And that's one of the questions and topics that Gina will address tomorrow night from her perspective. Adam, it's good to see you got you some business cards, man. We always say if you're not passing out business cards, you're not doing yourself justice as a self-promoter. You want to promote yourself, and business cards is like your billboard on the side of the highway. Get those boogers out there and let folks know how they can get in contact with you and maybe hire you for some home visits, or who knows, you may hand that card out to the corporate head that unsuspectedly, may bring you in for a big corporate job. You never know.
Absolutely. Has anybody got any questions they have for Bob or I, or maybe Gina for tomorrow night's show?
If you do, throw them up. Our brother Ron has a message here. If you are interested in working with Michelle Gomez, she has a Fairy Tale Experiences in Denver. She's looking for a Santa to work with for this year. She does nostalgic Santa photos, and she learned from Larry Hirschberger, who is the guru with those nostalgic special effects photos that he has mastered the programs for. If you're interested, please email her some photos, and her information is here on the screen. We'll leave that up for just a moment more if anyone wants to grab a pencil and put that in. I'm not sure if there's anyone watching live right now from Denver. If not, maybe someone will pick that up in the replay over on Fat Bob's Live and Santa and the Business Being Santa groups. Thank you, Ron, for passing that along. I know that you've worked with her in the past when you was in the Colorado area, and I've seen some of the photos. She does amazing work, and Ron's picked up a photographer in his area now over in the central New Mexico area where he's at, and is working with her this year and the future years since he's there and not in Colorado now. So that vacate spot that he left behind is open. May I ask you, Santa? I'm not sure what you're wanting to know there, Adam. What is it? Not sure what he's asking.
And that's one good thing too, as a Santa, make sure you have some great, photos of yourself in your suit all decked out. And because, a photo can hurt you or it could help you a whole lot. And having those great photos will definitely help you.
That's right. And have a resume put together, and list anything and everything that you've done as a Santa, the schools that you may have gone to, any of the seminars you've been to, even some of the conventions you've been to, because at those conventions, they have the workshops that are always very valuable learning tools for everyone. And back to the business card portion of it, it does not hurt to keep your information simple if you have someone to somewhere to drive those folks to, either a website or a Facebook page, you can even put your Facebook link on there. But remember, a quality headshot for the front of your card, and then possibly a full length shot of you in complete costume on the back, and then minimal information. On mine, I have my website, I have my phone number, and I have my email address. And then on the back, I list a few of my schools and things that I've been to. And if you're a member of any certain type of group, like for me, Texas State Santas and Lone Star Santas, for Barry, it would be the Cotton State Santas, but those affiliations on there too. Hey, Spangle.
Yeah, Adam, you had a question about doing a birthday party at Santa. I particularly hadn't, but what I've done is sent little short videos from my phone wishing a child happy birthday, something real short, dressed up as Santa. But as far as going in person to a birthday party, I have not done that.
Yeah, for me, it was my second or third year at the mall, and I had it was just before closing, and I had a special needs young man and his siblings and mom, and I could hear him hollering down the mall a good piece, and he was saying, "Look, Mom, it's Santa! Look, Mom, it's Santa!" And he come rushing down, and spent quite a bit of time with him that night. Got to know him, got to know his family. And one night, me and my family were out eating here in our neighborhood, and just so happens they were sitting across from us. And I got up and went over and started talking to them. And the mother didn't realize that I was the Santa from the mall. And then finally, when she realized, she wanted to know if I had a business card. I told her, sure. I gave her one of my business cards. She contacted me right after that and asked me to do a birthday party for the young man. And he's with his special needs, he loves to clean. He loves to vacuum. He loves to wipe and keep things tidy. And so she asked me to, what I would do, and I told her I would come for however long she needed me. And I think she hired me for an hour, and I think I ended up staying 4 hours. On my ticket, I didn't charge her anything extra. It was just my pleasure to be there. And the items that she had set aside for Santa to bring in his bag to him for his birthday was cleaning supplies. So as soon as we gave him those gifts, he grabs me by the hand and 2 big boxes of the sanitation wipes, and they had rented a bounce house. And for over an hour, he and I sat out there and wiped that bounce house down until all those wipes were gone. And I absolutely enjoyed the time. We chatted, we talked, and it's one of my most treasured memories. So birthday parties can turn out to be a good thing.
And our old buddy Spangle there at Stuff for Santa, he can hook you up with those business cards. He has a printing business. If you're in the need for some of those, get you some high quality pictures and get them to Spangle, and he can hook you up.
Yes, that's true. And back to what Ron had to say, Ron says it's a great way to get those great photos for your promotions. That's absolutely a great point, Ron, as always. Quality photos for the promotions is really, you can put any type of photo that you want on there, but those studio session photos or a quality professional photographer really enhance your look. And those are the type of things that clients see. That first impression is really important.
Absolutely. Well, for those of you joining us late, tomorrow night's guest on the Tuesday Night Live show is going to be Nationwide Santa's owner and founder, Gina Bacon. She's going to be back with us for another great interview, 7 o'clock Central Time tomorrow night, Sat Bob's Live, and Santa in the Business of Being Santa Facebook groups. And anything else, Bob?
Well, just to kind of add to what you just said, Jeannie is such a great guest, bubbly, fun, so talented in so many ways, and a really great business owner. And, she was so disappointed last time that she wasn't able to get into her computer. And Ron McClan worked behind the scenes with her for, I don't know how long, 45 minutes, an hour, something like that, trying to get her in through her computer, and it just wasn't happening. So as we said at the last minute, she came in on her telephone, but she was unable to share her files that she wanted to share. So we had to bring her back in and have her do that. Like I said, she's picked up a couple of new corporate clients, and she has jobs to offer there. Again, tomorrow night, we will not be able to mention corporate names. That is one of her agreements with her corporate heads, is that she will deal with the middle part of the transactions. Therefore, she gives you minimal amount of information. If you're interested in it, you contact her, and then you go into more depth. She can tell you, you know, the information stuff that you may be seeking at that point.
Hey, Tom, glad to have you with us today. That was a great interview last week. We appreciate you being on the show with us.
Yes, it was. And he says doing a birthday party is no different than any other visit, and that you need to stay in character even if it is summer. That's true, Tom. And boy, it was hot the day I was out. I had my full suit on, and I was constantly just trying to, keep the sweat off my brow. But I had such a good time. It was such like I say, one of my top visits. And even though it was just a birthday party, it was so special. And again, he says, dress as the client wants you to. Of course, a lot of times in the summer, they'll want you a summertime Santa look, a Santa Hawaiian shirt, maybe some red shorts or white shorts, Crocs, instead of your boots. But you want to go comfortable in the summertime. If your client requests that, boy, that's a blessing. Hi, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. Good to have you with us from up there in Minnesota.
Yes, definitely. All right, so anything else we got to cover here, folks? Anybody have any other questions or comments they want to throw in at this time?
Just so glad to have you with us here on this Monday afternoon. Hope everybody's safe and sound. And again, our prayers are with our brothers and sisters down there on the Gulf Coast in the path of Fred there. Maybe Fred will fizzle and won't be so bad. I think probably just the floods is probably what they're going to have to worry about with that.
Yeah, as I said, flash flooding is always one of the biggest dangers, and can actually take more lives than sometimes the wind damage or even the storm surge. That comes in with those tropical storms. Of course, if it's a tropical storm, the surge is not near as bad if it's a 3 or 4 or 5 cat hurricane. But either way, flooding, torrential rain. Some of those systems stall as they start inland and just set and dump rain inch after inch after inch. So real quick, we'll do another real quick rundown on our future guest. We have Gina Bacon this week, John Shuey next week, Mitchell Allen the following week, Kat Imhausen the week after that, Greg Wood for September 14th and September 21st will be Randall Checker Lee. A great entertainer, has so many talents. We're looking forward to all of those. Everyone has something to offer there. It's going to be fun. And, on Tuesday Night Live, we normally do what we call a Santa's point of view. And I'm going to step out here for just a moment, and we're going to give Bob's point of view. Last 2.5, 3 weeks has been tough on a lot of folks, not just myself. I had family tragedy happen. I haven't been able to talk about it much, but I lost my baby sister, my only sibling, to a tragic death back a few weeks ago now. And it's been hard on us, but I just want to say, guys, tomorrow is never promised. We all know that. For all those folks that you love and you cherish and the relationships that you have, I don't care if it's family members, if it's close friends, if it's one of your Santa brothers or sisters, reach out and let them know how much you care about them, and tell them that you love them. It doesn't hurt to tell folks that you love them, and let them know just how special they are in your life. So many times we get caught up in the everyday hustle and bustle, and we don't realize that we're just kind of going through the paces. Hold those closest to you tonight tight. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Tell them you love them. Keep them in your prayers. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out the last 3 weeks and has understood. Me and my family's been going through a tough time, and we're getting through it. And we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. There was a criminal investigation, and I can't really go into that any deeper than that, but just to let you know that things are progressing, and we're feeling better about everything as the days go on. Thank you for letting me kind of rant for a moment. Again, keep everyone closest to you close, give them hugs, spread hope, joy, and love to those people that you meet along the way. You see an elderly person struggling to get out of the store, open the door for them. You can help someone carry something, help a person across the street, help them down a curb or a flight of stairs. Be kind. That's the Santa way. And always let your Santa and Mrs. Claus heart shine bright. Thank you.
A lot of people love you, Bob, and many prayers have been going up for you and your family. And just keep hanging in there, brother. We love you, and I hope you feel those prayers. And
I have. Again, I haven't been able to really follow up and thank everyone individually as I would love to do. My wife, she kind of pokes and prods me about it. At my birthdays, I get hundreds of birthday wishes, and I'm not one that just says thanks to everyone who wishes me happy birthday or sends me sympathy for a lost loved one. I like to try to reach out on a personal basis and thank each and everyone individually. I haven't been able to do that, but that's another reason why I wanted to say thanks today. And I know our audience is not real big, and I'm not touching everyone, but maybe the message that I sent a few moments ago will kind of let everyone know that we can all do something kind. We can always have that. What would Santa do in our heart each day, and carry that through life. Life is short. Most of us are on up there in age, and we never know that we don't know if tomorrow's promised or not. So from me, my family, to everyone out there, thank you so much for your outreach, your cards. I've gotten cards, I've gotten private messages, emails. Thank you so much. It has really helped tremendously, and I don't know what I would do without my Santa community.
Yeah, and just as you touched on, this life is short, but eternity is for eternity, and be ready for that, folks.
Yes, definitely. I want to be on the right side there. All right, guys, if there's nothing else at this time, anybody got anything else they'd like to talk about or questions or, hey, open forum. Shoot anything at us at this point.
It's good to see so many on there. Tom's got a question about being a Century Santa. Tom, you may need to be the one answering these questions, brother.
Tom's got years of experience and has seen a lot of different scenarios, that's for sure. And he shared a lot of that with us this last week on the show. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to go back and watch the replay on that, but we say this week in and week out, we're so blessed with our guests and them wanting to open up and share their experiences and their insights towards different situations, different ways of handling things. And gosh, again, we're blessed because each week, I don't think the show can get any better each week. It never fails to be an excellent show from week in and week out, from guest to guest.
And we're still learning too and progressing and doing the best we can. So I think we're growing into a quality product, and we appreciate you all being with us along for the ride.
We're trying, and of course, today the Bob and Barry preview show just kind of came about a couple of weeks ago. We've been doing it for a while, but we wanted to try to make sure that more folks knew about Tuesday Night Live and the guests that we have coming up, and so this kind of gets a little preview out there and allow to, if there is any questions for tomorrow night, we can go ahead and get those ahead of time, get those queued up, and if not, then we'll just fly by the seat of our britches like we always do.
And Bob,
Tom, did you have a question? Did you have anything that you wanted to put in there? I know you'd put up here about keep the people in Haiti in your prayers as well, following the earthquake. That's true.
Here he goes. The biggest hint is to follow the parents' leads. They are the one with the needs of their children. That is so true.
Excellent information right there. That is so true. And for me, I work with special needs children year in and year out with the independent school district here where my mall is, my hometown. And so I've really been blessed with those relationships year after year, the same groups coming back and getting to know them getting to know what their needs are, getting to know the instructors or teachers that they have, and in some cases, parents even when they bring their children independent of the school district, and that is so true because they are the ones that are with their child day in and day out. They know what their needs are. You should always try to get a little bit of a feel before you go into your visit with those children as to what they may be, their sensories may be, as Tom said. A lot of special needs, autistic especially, have different levels of spectrum on the spectrum, and some don't like loud noises, some don't like crowds. I mean, they all have special needs. That's why we use that term.
One thing I like to do too, I like to encourage the parents. I like to let them know that they're loved, and they're that child's parent for a reason. God chose them to be that way and be that child's parent. So I just always like to try to encourage them to lift
We are
them up.
all children of God, no matter what color, creed, race, financial situation we're in. We're all children of Christ.
Good to see you, Rex. I hope your power's not too bad down there. Said you just got your power on.
Got the generator started.
So
Well, I keep my
hopefully
generator right inside my garage door with the extension cords, the fuel, and everything ready, where it's easy to get to. I can slide it out into the open, and you never know. Now this week we had some really heavy storms come through a couple of days ago, and we lost because our home phone, our internet, and our cable is all through the same system, and we lost all of that for 13 hours. It didn't come on until wee hours of the morning after going off early the morning before. So you never know when you're gonna have to do without. It gave me an opportunity to get caught up on a few things that I could work on outside of the internet, but you really don't realize how much you depend on the Squawk Box and the internet, and even your home phone. Of course, most of us have cell phones. Yes, we're one of the few that still have a landline.
Yeah, those are disappearing for sure.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks for all your insight, brother. Thanks for all the help through the past months.
Anybody got any questions for Gina first to ask tomorrow night?
If not, we've been on here. I have a whole house generator on propane. Oh my goodness, and the auto start didn't work. Well, that's not good. But hey, that's something that all new home builders should be required, especially in those areas like you guys down in the Panhandle of Florida, where you constantly get those tropical storms and tropical waves and hurricanes. That should be something that every home builder is required to install. That's backup generators to every home and business. Of course, I realize that would increase the cost, but again, you roll that into a 15 or 30-year note, don't hurt near as bad as if you have to go out and pay for it cash out of your pocket.
Absolutely. Like I say, all those that's in the past of those, our prayers going out with you.
Yes, for sure. Tom Carter says, pedal faster, Rex.
Yeah, they'd put me in a hamster wheel or something. They could dangle a double cheeseburger just out of my reach right there. I might could run some power for a while trying to catch that thing.
Got that pole with a cheeseburger hanging off the string, huh? All right, guys, we're going to jump off here. We've kept you long enough. We do appreciate you coming in with us on Mondays. For those who, take the time each week to come in, what did Rex say here?
He's asked Gina about the gathering. We got you covered, brother. She's going to cover that tomorrow.
It's in there, and she's going to talk about it tomorrow night, Rex. And get the portable out. That's what you have to do. That's what Mark said, Rex. That's what I've got. I've got one that at least will run my refrigerator, freezers, and a fan or two, and a radio if I need it. Of course, I do have a weather band radio and a radio that is crank style, the old crank radio that has a small TV in it too. But you never know when you're going to need those things. All right, we want to say thank you to Elf Angela for working the vaccines for us, setting these meetings up and our programs up, and keeping the camera shots and the comments coming up and everything. She's doing a fantastic job. And again, thanks to everyone for joining us. Until tomorrow night, I'm going to say, God bless. We'll see you then. And join us next Monday. If you can't, definitely join us tomorrow night. It's going to be a great show. Barry?
Yeah, God bless you. And we'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Santa in the Business of Being Santa, Sat Bob's Live, 7 p.m. Central. And we do this because we care. God bless you. Stay safe.
God bless all. Thank you so much.